Hey Libra, how's it going? Happy birthday. So we're using we're using a laptop camera now. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. We're going to start with an oracle message for you from the Elle oracle deck, followed by a 10 card spread I think I'm going to use a Santa Muerte tarot for you. Oh, that was interesting. And then we're going to go ahead and we'll move on over to magnetic poetry. I wasn't quite sure if I was going to clarify. If I get through it fast, then I will. Please check your rising moon and Venus sign for additional messages. Everything you need to know is in the description box of the video. Libra. Yeah, and I do apologize. I'm working a lot of overtime right now, so I'm not really doing a lot of, not doing as much reading as I should. Not as many readings, you know. And once they stop offering overtime where I work, my full-time job, I'm probably going to have to get a second job because it's just not happening, you know. Living is expensive. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's see. We're going to split the deck for you. What's your oracle message for October? Elixir, she who forgives, remorse, guilt, and forgiveness. There you go. So there's a need for forgiveness, or there might be a feeling of regret here, because that's what we're talking about first, year's remorse and guilt. Being tranned by Gob. Somebody feels like they ran away, or like they are running away. Alright, let's get started. I did want to get this deck when I was in Mexico, but I didn't. I just didn't have the time with everything that we were doing when we were down there to make it to the shop that I wanted to. And so I did get it when I came home instead. But this is a Santa Muerte deck, and I've been trying to get it for years. Well, I've wanted to get it for years. So I'm going to be using a couple of different decks in my rotation I've added a couple new ones. So I'm going to try and get myself more well acquainted with new ones. Alright, if you haven't watched me before, I take flippers and jumpers only, a maximum of 3 at a time. And until this deck gets kind of a little bit more, you know, flexed out as I work with it a little bit more, I won't be shuffling it as conventional as I normally would. I had this problem earlier when I was shuffling with it, and I actually, because it was taking so long in the intro, I ended up scrapping the video because the cards were kind of sticking together. I think this is a problem with the meshing, and it was something that I had said previous with the gelling together of energies. Something doesn't seem to be coming together for you as much as you would have liked it to. One more shuffle and we'll get started. Yeah, a plan isn't coming together as you would have liked it. Just for fairness. Okay, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's start with your present energy at this time. Present energy. We have one that's at the table. Present energy for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Libra. I'm just going to put that one over there. Libra. Okay, there we have it. Hangman in the upright with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. This is normally your card. Looks to me, let me just make sure that we got it so you can see it. Six of Pentacles in the reverse looks to be that you have a lack of balance in your current situation here. Normally a Six of Pentacles is a Libra card. It's one of a give and take, charitable, and the charity. But it kind of seems like one person's taking or giving too much in a situation. It's the lack of balance and equilibrium. And that seems to be what you're encountering at this time, a little bit more than you might like. In addition to that, we also have the Hanged Man, which is a Piscean card. The need to gain perspective in some way, to see things from a different angle, and to respect another person's perspective, perhaps. But I'm seeing this more as a call to the need to gather perspective or see things from a different angle. You see how that individual's head is kind of hung from the noose? It's almost like they have to see things from a different angle themselves. And in the classic Rider-Waite Tarot, you'll actually see where the Hanged Man is actually chosen. He's volunteered to put himself up in an inverted pose in order to gain perspective of some nature. He's there voluntarily. This is the same here, as you see with this person holding that post themselves. So you put yourself into a place of needing to see things from a different angle. In relation to one another, it almost seems as if you might be focusing too much on a lack of balance and equilibrium in the current situation for yourself. You might be feeling as if one person is, it's almost as if you're not seeing things from the correct angle, and you're seeing things from a martyrdom standpoint, or from a standpoint of somebody's taking from you too much, or you're giving too much, or you're taking too much. But there's a need to see things from all angles and to consider things differently. Your current desires. Why did I feel like I needed to do that again? We're going to do it. We honor all things. Everything. There are only happy accidents, right? Ooh. I almost felt like I could do it. This deck is just not ready yet. Okay. So let's see. Current desires for you. We have one that's already come out. What is it? Wheel of Fortune. Your current desires for a change of fortune, movement forward, a twist of fate, something to change, your circumstances to change, and maybe for things to just kind of, where they may have ground to a halt, to move forward in some sense. And I had just been speaking with somebody about the Wheel of Fortune and how normally this is about the three fates, turning the wheel, where we are on our decline, we have hit rock bottom, we are ascending, and then we are at the height of our success, and how the wheel ever turns. But there is something here about fate and destiny and your need for the wheel to turn. Something also about time. We see the hourglass here. All right. X will mark the space. The X will mark the place. That is a 10. You're looking for a change of fate, or for a twist of fate as far as your luck would have it, you know, like your fortunes to change. I think we all would like a stroke of luck, or a gift from God. Hand of fate or devil's claws. From below are the saints above. From below are the saints above. See, from below are the saints above. You came to me. Here comes the rain again. I feel it closing in. It's falling down and all around me. Anyway, what else? That's come up fast. Yeah, movement forward. Movement forward onto greener pastures, a brighter future ahead. Leaving something burning behind you in order to move towards something that is better for you on the horizon. This is also a card that signifies a trip over water, a trip over seas, but it can also mean relocation. Oftentimes, though, it is about moving on, moving forward. Like I had said with that wheel, definitively, I think that's something that you're actually looking for at this time, and that you desire so at this time. What you do not expect, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You're talking to me now. We have the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands typically is a card here. Here we have it. So you ever hear about pouring gasoline on a fire? And we have that book of matches there, the box of matches. So with the Five of Wands, typically in the Rider-Waite Tarot, it's people fighting. It's conflict. Here you have somebody who's striking the match. If they drop that match on the rest of those matches, it's gonna be on, you know. But the Five of Wands typically is about conflict. It's about arguments. You might not be expecting that there's going to be some conflict of some sort that arises. It may not be what you see, but it's more than likely what you do not expect is going to come to fruition at this time. Is that there's conflict, or that there's conflict that's necessary. There's conflict that's necessary in order for things to move forward, or that there's conflict that needs to come about in order for you to be able to move forward with your desires here. You're not seeing something from everybody's perspective in the present, though. What else do you not expect at this time, Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And guys, if you don't know your rising, moon, and Venus sign, you do need to know the time that you were born. We all know where we were born, but you do need to know the time that you were born so that you can go to a place like Cafe Astrology and figure out your natal chart, and it'll tell you all that stuff, you know. All right. Somebody is doing card tricks. Somebody could have a gambling problem, or feel that things are out of balance, or there's a lack of equilibrium because of a gambling situation, or they might be taking a gamble, or they want to take a gamble and break out, move forward with something, go abroad somewhere, relocate, but they understand they want the change of fortunes, and they think that relocating is going to be the change of fortune for them. Or a trip overseas or over water will bring about some change. It is a gamble. It's a gamble. And what you do not expect is that there is conflict, right? A conflict of sorts, or an argument that'll spring up. What else? Tell me more. Libra. Right. Santa Muerte. This is the death card in this deck. Endings. What you do not expect is that something that you believed had ended is only transforming, or is not ending, is not transforming. Could also be a reconciliation of sorts. Oftentimes when we see that, the death card in the reverse will be it'll be like a lack of ending, or a reconciliation, or something coming back around that you once thought had ended as a result of conflict. What you do not expect is that something that you had once thought had ended is not over. What do I say here? There's the cradle. You see the cradle there? There's the cradle. Something about the cradle. From the cradle to the grave. Something being reborn. Yeah, resurgence. Something being reborn from a conflict. From out of conflict comes something reborn as opposed to ending. In the near future for you, Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do I have? What do we have? In the near future. Alright. We have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. In the near future, there's either going to be a halt to work, or somebody's going to stop working, a vacation, but a break from work. Eight of Pentacles is usually apprenticing energy, mastering one's craft, or the card of really working hard is what it is. Essentially, it's a card of working hard. So Eight of Pentacles in the reverse normally denotes either somebody is going to either lose their job, stop working, take vacation, take a leave of absence, or somebody is going to Uh, it's somebody needing to take a break from work. See what else? Tell me more. In the near future. Like I said, it could be vacation. Queen of Wands in the upright. Passionate, feminine, Aries energy. Often our queens are considered our cardinal energy in the tarot. Some people would also see this in the traditional Rider-Waite as Leo energy. This is a passionate, feminine, fire sign individual. I do believe it is Aries, though. Normally a leader in her own right. She's warm, nurturing, loves being surrounded by animals. A passionate, fiery person. Might like to cook, but also somebody who loves creative endeavors such as dance, music, like I said, cooking, fashion, leadership energy also. Time to stop work and focus on some your creative endeavors, perhaps. Taking a break to seek inspiration. I see that because of the candle here. The light is often used to seek something in the dark. In the distant future, what do we have for you? Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Disconnectedness from one's legacy. Oftentimes, the Ten of Pentacles is about that which we build upon the earth that outlasts our name, or when our something that survives us when we have long since gone from the earthly plane. It's also about building something that is sustainable upon the earth, that we can pass down to others. Here, there is a feeling in the future that you may not necessarily be connected with that legacy, or you're feeling disconnected from your life purpose on the planet. What else? And of course, it's hard not to oversimplify something like that because it does have such gravity attached to it. Tell me more. Oh, fuck. I had a flipper and I've lost it. That stayed. Four of Swords in the reverse. Normally, I would say this is emerging from respite, and meditation for the purpose of healing from heartbreak. In now recently, though, I have heard somebody else that is a highly respected reader of mine say that this was different, that the Four of Swords in the reverse meant something else. It meant that you weren't meditating and focusing on your healing the heart space as you should. I personally, I think I just stick with the regular interpretation on that one myself and just say that it's somebody emerging from a meditative state after healing heartbreak, coming out of a rest or respite or relaxation period, emerging once more from that state, like an awakening or like a realization that one isn't as connected with their legacy as they would like to be. The need to be contemplative and go within and connect with oneself and one's inspiration, one's source of inspiration in the near future, in the distant future. Overall energy for you. Well, you have the Three of Swords in the reverse, yeah. So right now, actively, you are healing the broken heart space. Something tragic or something upsetting had happened. And as a result, there is the need to heal one's heart. See here? It's almost as if somebody has been stabbed in the back. And there's a need to heal oneself of that pain. So here, you are actively healing that at this time. Gaining perspective on it. Taking the time to, come to grips with something that's been upsetting to you. Taking the time to be kind to yourself and gentle with yourself. Numbers of significance for you, which I haven't done in a while for anybody but Libra. Numbers of significance for you during October. And if I am fortunate enough to have the time to do so, I hope to come back and do the Wheel of the Year reading for Samhain at the end of the month, because it is the Celtic New Year, and it'd be nice to be able to do that like I did last year for everybody. So I hope to do that again. Let's see what your numbers are. Numbers of significance for Libra. We have 1, 1, 1, and 2. Okay, well, I guess you're going through an initiation of sorts. All right. Let's get your magnetic poetry and then we'll be done with it, eh? Okay. Magnetic poetry for you. Libra, give them a good stir. I literally have just so much of this. It's amazing. I can't even fit it all on my fridge. So, I like that. Anyway, I'll put them in list form instead of so I'm not it doesn't look like I'm making sentences. Let's see what we have for you. Interesting. Wow. That's kind of creepy. It kind of ended up being its own sentence. Can you see that? Can you see them? All right, Libra. That's what I've got for you. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you when we see you next. Bye. I keep on thinking this is I keep on trying to touch it like it's my phone and touching the screen. It's not. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm out of here. See ya.